Hello, everyone, Randy here. Welcome back to the Upper Mississippi River Valley Farming Simulator 22. Another derpy harvesting day here, no doubt, because, oh my goodness, Evan, I'm telling you folks, in between episodes here, the derp was real. Oh my goodness. I don't know what has happened to Courseplay, Evan. Like, Courseplay used to do a phenomenal job, everyone, but especially on 26 and 27 there, Courseplay did not do a phenomenal job. And so far, Courseplay is not doing a phenomenal job on this field here either. I mean, it is absolutely dirt-y. So anyway, we're continuing to harvest here again this episode. Hopefully that's the right combine. It's actually in the right spot, more or less it looks like. Although why he wasn't actually harvesting, I have no idea. We also have a grain cart. Oh boy, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? That grain cart's out in the middle of the field. Huh. How do you like that? The reason or the problem with this one is if I go over there and get in that grain cart, as soon as I get in it, he's going to destroy the crop. If he hasn't already, that is. It's very well possible he has. But if he hasn't, we'll see if we can avoid that here. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. He's in the harvested section here. I did not realize that. Okay, nope, we're good. We are good. Hopefully, maybe. Yeah, except for the fact we're going to have to get this combine or this grain cart out of here so I can get the combine back here. Now, where's the combine, you might ask? Now, that, everyone, is an excellent question. And no, I don't think he's off getting fuel, I don't think. I suppose we could check that, but nah, I don't feel like backing this all the way down. That's pretty much what's going to happen here, though. You know what? We'll just see if we can harvest around, and that sounds like a better idea. Anyway, the other combine of it is over here. No, he's definitely not out of fuel. Definitely not out of fuel. He's just being derpy. Yeah, don't know why one, but yeah, Courseplay is being exceptionally derpy here with the harvest. Anyway, like I mentioned in their last episode of one, we'll leave Courseplay running one combine. I figure I will run the other combine. Might as well run this one, I guess, since we're in it. And we'll see how much harvesting we can get done here this episode. Reminder, we almost made it around the field twice there yesterday, everyone. A bit unheard of there, if you ask me. And probably for really bad reasons here. Probably means we're not getting a very good yield. So, well. Yeah, I don't know why, but this combine here was just traveling around the field. And I don't mean he was actually like even following the route. I mean, this combine was literally just driving around the field. Literally. No joke. I mean, he's just driving around the field. What was he doing? I have no idea, man. No idea. We're also continuing on with the derpiness of not unloading into the grain carts here. After I finished recording their last episode, obviously I had Courseplay running up. I went and had dinner. Came back after dinner. Both combines completely full. Both grain carts doing their job. Both grain carts were underneath the combine pipe, waiting for the combines to unload. The combines were not unloading. No idea why one. The one grain cart obviously had, I think, 1 or 2 loads in it, or a couple loads in it, or something like that. And then the other grain cart, I think, had like a partial load in it as well. Neither grain cart were full. There was plenty of room, but neither combine was unloaded. No idea. Had to turn Courseplay off, start the combine back up, and then unload myself. And then, of course, once we were done unloading, then I just started Courseplay back on the combine again, and Courseplay went on its merry way. Still don't know why Courseplay wasn't unloading. I don't know one. Guess I will just have to cut around this here. Also, I just realized, Evan, I believe the beans have turned color, have they not, since last episode? That is probably not a good sign. I mean, that probably means we're about to end up with some snow on the ground here. Obviously, again, I mean, it's been snowing here ever since, December 1st, so I fully expect at some point we're going to end up, unfortunately, with snow on the ground, and this might turn this harvest into an absolute nightmare. Again, fortunately, the last time we did this, Evan, we were able to get it harvested in enough time. It wasn't a problem, but I don't know. We'll see once. I think we got a few more soybeans here this time around than we had last time, and Courseplay is being extra derpy here, so that always helps as well, right? Anyway, let's get some GPS set up here. Auto with that. Open up the combine, lock it on, away we go. Hopefully we're about, that looks about right? I think so. Close enough, hopefully, anyway. Can't even tell where I picked up at, can we? Ooh, actually, you know what? Just happen to think this is Courseplay actually going straight across this field. Let's see once here. Can I see? It looks like it is. I could be wrong, but I think Courseplay actually is going straight across this field. I'm going to say if it's not, then this might not work what I'm doing here. Oh well. As I mentioned there last episode, normally a lot of times I would just take over for the grain cart, right? Well, seeing as how we're harvesting soybeans that are like yielding almost nothing, we would pretty much just be sitting there twiddling our thumbs in the grain cart. So I figure there's no need to do it. Oh, actually, speaking of the grain cart, by the way, I should get them going here on Courseplay again. Oh, yes, I remember. That's where I threw the 8RX in the grain cart there after I don't know what they were doing. They were doing something derpy, so I tossed them over there by hand. Something really satisfying about that when Courseplay being derpy. You just grab them and just toss them halfway across the map. Anyone else do that with your AI workers when they're being stupid? Maybe that's just me. Yeah, that's where that one ended up. Oh, let's see if we fire him back up here a minute. Oh, if we can click on the tractor. Oh, my goodness. There we go. Okay. Turn you on. And you are already on. Perfect. Oh, we better get going here. The other combine is catching up with us. Oh, who can harvest fast, everyone? Myself or Courseplay? Given the amount of dirt that's been happening, I'm not too concerned about this. I think I've got it. And again, by the way, we are running two John Deere X9 1100 combines here with the HDF 50-foot headers. And these are, again, the modded versions here that actually flex. Like they should in real life, right? I don't know if they even make a... Do they even make a rigid 50-foot head of one? I mean, you think about that. 50-foot of rigid head. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe someone somewhere has land flat enough for that, but... Probably not. Or I suppose if you're always harvesting like good wheat or something like that, then maybe you don't need a flexing head either, but still. As we've discussed before on the channel, everyone, back in the day, you're running across the field with your little 10-foot head. What does that head need to flex for, right? Maybe a little tilt left and right, maybe, or something like that. Don't even need that, right? Don't even need that. Nice 10-foot head, good enough. But now that we start talking about 50 feet, everyone, over 50 feet, that ground can change a little bit. 10 feet, probably not so much. 50 feet, quite a bit. And you'll see that here with these heads, too, having over certain ground. It definitely flexes a little bit. Pretty cool, if you ask me. I don't know, I guess it's some of the little things that really make it cool, right, everyone? Again, flexing head here on the combine. We got the grain cart over there that actually has the tarp that, properly unrolls. That's really cool, if you ask me. Stuff that doesn't really matter, probably not, but it's cool, right? Take the Brent Avalanche here, for example. Its tarp, just push the button. It's instant open. Works, but definitely not as cool as the tarp that actually rolls and unrolls. That is much more cool. Much more cool? Nah, I don't think, more cool, sure. That's some interesting grammar there. Much cooler, how about that? When we get to the end here, by the way, we'll need to skip 2 rows and start on the third one here, by the way. That is how Courseplay is running this here. I don't know. Does Courseplay even have the option to change how that's run anymore? I know back in previous versions, you could change that. So, it would be every other. Like, if you're running 2 combines, you could literally do every other. The only reason you don't ever want to do that, or at least I can't think of a reason why you would. Maybe there is, but The reason you typically never want to do that, if I was to turn around and say, take this next one right here, do every other, I would have to pass right next to the other combine there, one. And our heads would get in interference with each other. So that is why we skip 2, and we're on the 3rd one here. So again, when I get to the end, I'll turn right back around, and I'll combine the pass that is right next to me. And same thing with this combine here, too. He's going to turn around and combine the pass that's right here. Let's see, we're looking at only 32% full. I forget if we... Yeah, did we start completely empty? I think we started completely empty, right? Oh, there's a little bit left. We might not be perfectly straight here, everyone. Oh, that's a bummer. I mean, it looks like it's straight on the map, everyone, but maybe we're not. Or we got something else wrong here because he left like a narrow little strip the whole way down. Ah. Not much I can do about that at this point here, I guess. Oh, well. Looking at our yield map here, by the way, I know it looks like we're yielding just a little bit less here than we were on the last harvest. Yeah, you can see we're a little bit lighter green here, right maybe in the... now, is that still 120? Oh, we're still in the 120 yet. Obviously, we're looking at about 125% on the last harvest, and you can see here what has been harvested here at this point, because that's obviously down in the 120. Yeah, not sure why we're yielding a little bit less. I thought we had, didn't we have all the field conditions perfect here, I thought? Just checking this here. Oh, this field has not been mulched. 41 was mulched, okay. Really shouldn't make that much difference, though, I won't think. It has been rolled, though, so the only thing we didn't do on this field here from the looks of it is mulching it. For some reason, I thought we had mulched this field here. It's a little bit odd, if you ask me, that we're not actually yielding perfectly. Get out and check this here a minute. pH value is okay. Maybe that's why. That really shouldn't affect it. As long as the pH is okay, everyone, we should be good. It says here, yield potential 89%. Oh, we must be in the little bit lower section here. Yeah, okay. Let's go. Lost my bearings here a minute. There's the combine. Let's go this way a little bit more. Huh, interesting, Evan. Yield potential 125%. We're only at 121. Wonder why that is. I mean, yeah, we're definitely a little low on the pH here, everyone. But we're not, like, bad low, I don't think. Again, I don't think that'll affect it. We're 4% low. Interesting. I'm just very curious, Evan, as to why that is. Oh, yeah, field's out of date after this one, isn't it? Well, that's good, Evan. We're not going to be continuing on with this here after this anyway, so... yeah, the field is plowed. No weeds. We roll it. I can see it being 123%, everyone. Though, again, as I've said before, that is still lying to you. But, the game, that is. Okay, well, I don't know, Evan. Back to harvesting, I guess. I probably should keep going here, otherwise the other combine's going to catch up with us. Unless, of course, we're being derpy over there, which wouldn't surprise me. Grain cart's over there. We'll go over and check. Maybe after this autosave we will. Yeah, this section's yielding a little bit lower too, isn't it? Very curious. You folks have any ideas as to why we might be yielding a little bit lower than what I would expect? Let me know. Again, we didn't mulch the field, apparently. So, get a couple percentage points less, but not 4. Field is rolled, it looks like. Fertilizer, of course, don't need any fertilizer for this, Evan, so fertilizer isn't a factor. Again, I'm fairly certain the lime is not a factor either because it says it's okay. As long as you're above okay with your lime, Evan, you should be good. Still unloading yet over here. I'm suspicious about this. Yes, okay. Grain cart's not full. Nope, grain cart is not full of it. 61%. Oh, combine's not full either. Interesting. Why are we just stopped here then? Why is the combine not unloading? Now, you folks have any ideas like... Does this say anything? I don't see any error messages there. Why is the combine not unloading? I mean, I've had this happen multiple times now. Grain cart is in position. Just meters are making a weird sound. I just meter something sound. Maybe it's my maybe something wrong with me. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, no, it sounds normal now. Like I said, I'm gonna fire the combine back up and we're good. Unloads. Yeah, I don't know if you folks have ever experienced this and have had anything like this, let me know. Very curious, because it is definitely very annoying, obviously. Like, Courseplay is doing its job here. Well, the grain cart, that is, anyway, is doing its job. Lined up, looks good. Combine's not unloading. Like, why? Oh, back to harvest myself here. Reminder again, by the way, if you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. And, of course, once you are subscribed, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up as well. At least if you like the video anyway. Which, I mean, come on now. We're harvesting double crop soybeans in the snow, everyone. What's not to like? Not much, to be honest. You know, we're harvesting double crop soybeans in the snow. That's probably never a good thing, to be honest, but reminds me of last year in real life, everyone. I think some farmers got caught with their pants down last year when it came to harvesting soybeans. We had a rather big snowstorm come through rather early. I think it was like mid-November or something like that. And yes, I say rather early, mid-November, everyone. But yeah, we had a rather substantial snowstorm come through. And yeah, a lot of beans got snowed on quite heavily. I don't know how much that affected the yield. Obviously, snowing on soybeans there, not typically the greatest thing, everyone. Especially if the soybeans are starting to dry out. You don't want any of the pods being knocked off or pulled off the plant like that. And then, of course, sitting in, it was a really wet, heavy snow too, everyone. So I'd have to imagine some of those soybeans were probably soaking up some of that moisture. Like I was saying, I think I mentioned this last year in real life, everyone. I think some of the farmers were maybe trying to wait it out, let the soybeans dry in the field as opposed to harvesting them a little bit early and having to dry them. So I think that's why the farmers were probably leaving them out there. The last few years, we had some pretty good falls for harvesting, but last year was probably not one of them. This year arguably maybe wasn't either, by the way. Definitely had some wet weather. But yeah, I think some of the farmers, they were trying to let them dry out the field first, everyone, and yeah. And unfortunately, I think they ended up getting snowed on instead. So a lot of corn out in the field last year. Well, and in fact, even for real life here this year, everyone, we still have a few fields of corn out there yet. Farmers just have not been able to get around to harvest them here. It's been relatively wet out. Your typical fall weather, everyone. Yeah, a couple of fields that are really wet out there, and yep, corn is still sitting out in the fields yet. So, and of course, I mean, it hasn't quite been cold enough to actually freeze yet either. So that, you know, if you can't get to the field while it's all wet, everyone, typically what you'll do is you'll wait for the field to freeze over, and then you can drive on the field, right? You know, you don't have to worry about getting stuck in the mud. As long as the field's frozen hard enough, you can drive on it then. Well, that hasn't happened here yet, everyone. We're still in conditioned mud here yet, so. Oh, let's see, we're at 67% here. I was thinking about going to unload on the grain cart there, but I don't think there's really any need for that, everyone. We'll just keep on going here. Reminder, too, by the way, for those of you who like to catch some more upper Mississippi River Valley, I do plan on live streaming on this map here at least once this week. And by the time you folks watch this video, maybe I already have, I'm not sure. But if I haven't already, make sure you stay tuned over on Twitch. Again, RDAllen on Twitch if you'd like to catch some more upper Mississippi River Valley. Make sure you're following, and or if you'd like to support the channel, subscribe over there as well. And that way you'll get notified when and if we do go live here on the upper Mississippi River Valley or any other maps for that matter. Again, we're still playing on the multiplayer server there as well. We are looking at switching maps on that server as well here. I believe that's going to happen probably next week. And I think we got a pretty fun map, I believe, we're planning on here for next week. So you might want to check that one out. That is the multiplayer server, by the way, everyone. And again, as a reminder, single player, everyone, I do plan on doing West Bridge Hills. So West Bridge Hills will be the next single player map. Probably just a little short series, everyone, but you got to check it out. It's been 10 years, right? 10-year anniversary look back at West Bridge Hills. Might have to see if I can go back and pull like the intro to that or something. That might be kind of fun, right? I don't know. We'll check it out. We'll have to check it out. So again, stay tuned. That is starting next week, by the way. Next week, West Bridge Hills, and then also, again, like I said, most likely the new multiplayer map as well. Nope, there goes the other combine again. Yeah, I think we're almost like a full row ahead of the other combine here at this point. His unloading shenanigans costing some time. Look at that, the other grain carts just sitting over there. Like I was saying, that one, oh, the grain carts are going to be twiddling their thumbs here on this field here. This is, yeah. I mean, the one combine literally unloaded the one time there. Didn't even need it, looks like. Unless maybe he unloaded partially and then stopped. I don't know, but possible, I guess. He partially unloaded and quit. Although, I mean, why? Why not just finish? I don't know, but never know with Courseplay sometimes. Never know. Anyway, let's go over to the comment section and see what you folks had to say here for the last episodes. Again, as a reminder, if you want to leave a comment, I always enjoy reading all you folks' comments. And speaking of which, let's start off with the first one here. RC Win was saying, just a reminder, West Bridge Hills has two versions, the OG version and the West Bridge Hills 22 version. The 22 version has the productions on it. That's a good question. That is a good question. Do we do the one with productions or do we do the OG version? RC Win also says, great videos. Thank you very much for that. Do we do the one with productions on it? Well, that's, I had not thought of that before. Obviously, back in Farming Simulator 2013, we didn't have productions, at least not in the game anyway, that came with the game. Mod-wise, I'm trying to remember, were there probably mod-wise, there probably were productions. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I don't know, maybe some of you folks watching will remember better than I do, but okay, next comment here. Hetro was saying, good video. I watched your first episode for West Bridge Hills for Farming Simulator 13. What a difference in graphics. I started with Farming Simulator 17, and the changes are dramatic compared to Farming Simulator 22. I'd have to agree with you there, Hetro. I have to agree with you. Farming Simulators come quite a ways in their graphics department. I mean, computers have come quite a ways too, so that probably helps a little bit, right? With that being said, this game has never been like that graphically optimized, in my opinion. It's always been a little bit of a graphics card heavy. I don't know. It's not the greatest runner, in my opinion, if you folks get what I'm trying to get at there. You know, games like just Battlefield or Call of Duty, obviously, those games are far better optimized, better graphics on lower systems, right? Even I was, let's see, yeah, well, I actually run 60 at the moment. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. I've said this before, when it comes to this game and graphics, this is just my opinion, everyone. I think you're better off turning up the quality settings rather than trying to get more FPS. I mean, if you're playing like Call of Duty or Battlefield or something like that, maybe a racing game, yeah, you probably want more frames, but this game, we're not racing, we're not we don't need the frame rate, everyone. So turn up the quality, make it look better, and enjoy the looks, right? And then maybe try to get some good frame rates while you're at it too. But, you know, again, I would prioritize looks over frame rate in this game. I know a lot of people like to look at the frame rate and say, oh, it's, you know, getting 120 frames. If you're getting 120 frames in this game, everyone, either one, you probably should be running a supercomputer, or two, go turn up your graphics settings and make the game look better. And for those who are wondering, by the way, I am running, let's see, it's the maxed out setting, and then I've gone through and cranked, I don't think I've cranked all the settings up, but I have gone through and like cranked some of the settings up higher yet. So, for those who are wondering, I'm kind of custom graphics settings here, I guess. I think we're running at this point, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've played in those settings, but once that combine's done unload, by the way, I'm just going to tell Courseplay to drive here, and I don't know if he'll go unload or not, but probably needs to. Well, we finally had to unload once here this episode. Safe to say we won't have to unload again this episode. And this, by the way, is why I did not take the job of running grain cart here for this operation. Yeah, like I was saying a moment ago, we'd be sitting here twiddling our thumbs. And I think, the next comment here from Norton, kind of saying the same thing. The cart operator is going to be falling asleep in those beans. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's not much going on. I could probably have the one grain. I could easily probably have the one grain cart. I wonder we'd still be fine, but it seems like a good idea to have 2 grain carts, 2 combines, in my opinion. You get those scenarios too, Evan, where maybe the combines are a little bit closer together than you'd really ideally like them to be. And, you know, maybe the grain cart's stuck with one. Well, then you have to like somehow unload the second one so it keeps the operation moving. So yeah, just 2 grain carts, 2 combines. Christopher was saying, good video, keep it up. Hey, thanks very much for that. Alex was also saying, thanks, great video. Thank you very much for that. The other combine's trying to unload here again. Is he full already? Let's okay, stop here a minute. Is he actually full? Now, why is he, what? Why is Courseplay stopping here, everyone? He's half full on fuel. He's not empty on fuel. Why has Courseplay stopped and it's not even full? It looks like it is called the grain cart. The grain cart is coming over. Although, that might just be because he hit the 50%. I don't know how that works, Evan. Yeah, just put the pipe away, bud. You don't really need to unload yet. I was going to say, how is this combine full, Evan? Because, like, I only filled up once here so far. I don't know. You folks have any good ideas on this? What's going on? Let me know. I have no idea, but that's weird. Strange things afoot. Well, we're at the end of another row there, and I think with the end of that row, that's probably the end of this episode here as well. So on that note, you folks have any comments and or questions, be sure to leave them down below. Hope you folks are enjoying the soybean harvest in the snow here. And again, thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time.